Something about the music.
Yeah, something about the music. You're listening to the sounds of boss himself, Dr. Trevor Smith, Professor Trevor Smith, also known as the singing professor, with us in studio today. Good evening to you.
Good evening, Lionel. Good evening.
Yes. Now tell me something, Professor. I mean, how long have you been lecturing as a professor?
Well, I've been lecturing I've started my 18th year, the 1st of August.
Yeah, and you.
So 17 years, over 17 years.
Over 17 years, and mostly in the field of marketing, consumer behavior.
Right, I do marketing, consumer behavior, statistics, research, methodology type courses.
Wonderful. And from that, how long have you been interested in music throughout those years, or even before that?
Well, I've always been interested in music.
Yeah.
In fact, I've always listened to music. I've never been interested in singing.
Yeah.
But I've always been interested in music. In fact, I've attributed much of my success to listening to music. Because I've been able to sit for long hours to write.
Yeah.
Because of music. I use music to help me. I've actually dedicated a part of my last book to the music, just because it has assisted me to write.
Oh, so you've also written as well. So you're also an author.
Yes, I've written about 36 pieces, journal articles, and I have 2 books. I'm working on my 3rd book as we speak.
So you're quite an accomplished individual, Doctor. So what would you say inspired you or led you down the path to say, you know what, let me start to write or record music?
Well, it started in May of 2023.
Yeah.
Where I listened to a program. I was listening to Denique and Triple X, and I heard them saying that everybody can sing. So what I did, having never sang before at school or church or any kind of singing, I challenged a colleague of mine, DJ Floyd. He's a Jamaican living in Florida, to a song. So I started singing one of those old 70s songs and so forth. So it started from there. And of course, it didn't pick up any traction or anything. They were kind of just making games with me until I started practicing. And then I ended up with this album of 10 tracks.
Okay.
Which I did in about 7-8 months.
Nice. I mean, so it started out from a challenge. Say, hey, all right, I challenge you to a song. And you did it.
Yes, I did.
So what was, because you said Floyd was the challenger, what was his feedback when you gave him that song to listen?
Well, it was, I don't think he was impressed, to say the least.
Okay.
Right. He wasn't impressed. And I'm like that, I'm a fighter. I would like to describe myself.
Yeah.
And so I continued to work on it and then made a breakthrough.
Okay, wonderful. So it took some work. So people, all of us today, I just start tomorrow, and then you know what I'm saying? So it's not always gonna be a strike goal instantly. So some things you have to work on, and some things you definitely have to put into practice, so you can get better at it, right? So I see here where you had in November of 2023, that would be the Oh Mama song.
Right. I wrote my first song on the 15th of November 2023. As a tribute to my mother who died during the COVID-19 period. So I wrote that song. So I went to studio in about January or so, and I delivered it. I was assisted by UGDS. He was the person who took me to the studio. So I went to studio and delivered my Oh Mama song. That's where I started.
Wonderful. All right, so you've been able to put together all those songs. And what would be the title of the album that you have there?
The title of the album is What is Love? And I have 10 tracks and they're all love themes. So for instance, the one that you just played, Something About the Music, is in love, the deep love for the music. Then there's Mama, love for Mama. Dada, love for and respect for Dada. Then there's I have 2 covers on the song. One is called Honey. That was popularized by Bobby Cosbark in the 1960s. Right, so I did that over in jazz. And that is the love for a spouse who had passed on. That's, as I say, it's a cover.
Yeah.
And there's again Homely Girl, another love song for
Right, we know that big tune there.
That big tune, yes, for that little girl who was always ridiculed in her early years.
Until she started to shine.
Right. And then I have one called Reggae Prayer also, which I wrote. And Reggae Prayer is the love of God, so to speak.
Yeah.
Right. That is what it's about. So it's all love songs. And I should mention Love You
Jamaica.
Jamaica.
Yeah.
Jamaica. Love You Jamaica is the love for Jamaica. In fact, I did that song twice.
Yeah.
Because Jamaica has received so much by way of bad press, not only from Jamaicans living here, but Jamaicans overseas.
Yeah.
So I just decided to give back something to Jamaica in a response. So I did it twice. I did it as an orchestra style and a reggae style. And my colleagues tell me that the orchestra style sounds like a national anthem. So I'm hoping.
Just thinking, because I mean, these kind
I'm
of.
hoping it can be played one day as a national anthem.
And not even just a national anthem, but even for actually just, I mean, the opening song for some events, we don't have to take over the anthem, but, but definitely a signature song then, wherever we go as Jamaicans, we can say, listen, let's drop this one, Love You Jamaica.
Right.
Okay, wonderful.
That's what I would love to do.
And I mean, I'm looking at the album cover. I see you here with a guitar. So you also play the guitar, or is a part of the music image?
Well, let's say it's a part of the music image, even though I'm trying, I'm learning.
Okay, that's not bad. No, that's fine. I'm
learning.
Because I mean, in order to, just like what you say, you approach a thesis, you want to go ahead and research, you want to put things into play, and you try the tests and the instruments. So understanding music comes with understanding probably one or two instruments.
Certainly, right.
Wonderful. I definitely like this venture here. So how do you, as a professor, manage the whole production of music? Like, how was this going on while you were still a professor?
Yes.
How you manage that?
Well, I tell you the truth, it has not been difficult because for me, music is just fun.
Yeah.
It's something I love.
Yeah.
But as I said, it was about listening to music. So I do my research while when I take my break.
Yeah.
I write a song.
Yeah.
So it has been, in fact, during this year when I did the album, I also did 3 pieces of journal articles.
Oh.
And I'm working on my book. I'm writing a book called Writing a Quantitative Research Paper Made Easy.
Yeah.
Trying to help students with quantitatives, because I teach those courses, those statistics courses. So I'm trying to write. So I've been able to do my writing, and I teach my courses also.
Oh.
So it has not been. Music is just love. It's a break. It's fun for me.
And then you said earlier that you listen to music while you are doing your studies, doing your work. So you listen to your music now that you have some
I started listening to my music. In fact, I'm enjoying my own music.
That's the background for your studies.
Yes, I have been listening to my own music as a background for study.
Nice. I definitely like that. I mean, do you see it as something that probably other lecturers or other persons out there can venture into? Is it something, an expression, a way to express yourself? Is it an avenue for others to take on?
I certainly think so, and as I said, I heard it for the first time from Denique and Triple X, and I sincerely believe, based on my research, because I've done a lot of research on it.
Into practice fully.
I honestly believe that everybody can sing.
Yeah.
Everybody can. And I see a little bit of mathematics in music, right? Where fitting beats and melodies to lyrics and all that kind of thing, people can do it. You can learn the process. So I honestly believe everybody can sing. So yes, I think my colleague lecturers could follow suit.
All right, I definitely like that. And then also with your experience as a lecturer, you were able to approach it with, I would say, some sort of a strategy. I think that would have helped you as opposed to the average person coming up to say, oh, let me write a song.
I think writing academic work has assisted me. So I think the average person can.
Yeah.
But writing has certainly assisted me because I am able, when I do my books or my articles and so, I think of punchlines, I think of storylines, right? I think of buzzwords and that kind of a thing. So it's the same kind of principle. And I think, so my academic writing has assisted me greatly, I believe.
You probably have experience with
and I'm a simple writer in terms of academics, and I've transferred the same technique to the music. So much so that in my academic writing, I have over 1,300 citations, which is considered to be good in academic circles. So what it tells you is that I write in a very simple way. And so the simplicity is something that can be connected with an audience, whether we are talking about academia or music.
So it should be able to reach a wider scale then.
Certainly.
Wonderful. All right, so we have Intel official on the IG Live saying big up to the team, big up to the professor. Yeah, man. So as I say, it's definitely interesting. I like the approach because I'm always a professor, them serious and boring, and definitely seeing this as, is this something that you'd mention to your students? That's just
yes,
say, hey,
in fact, I start playing my songs in my classroom. I teach from undergraduate, masters, and at the doctoral level. And I played my song in the classroom. I've been playing them.
You give them a piece. What's the feedback from the students?
Well, to be honest, it's a bit lukewarm. One student came to me and said, "Sir, you need to do some of those trapper songs."
Oh, my.
And I told him that my mantra for music is from the rum bar to the church.
Right.
All of my songs should be able to be played in the church and the rum bar throughout. So I certainly cannot do some of the songs that they're telling me about. Right. So my students, the younger cohort, they tend to want a more upbeat type tempo sometimes. So I get some
you get that
mixed response.
But I mean, once they're still able to jam.
But I think something about the music is something that has captivated them. They like that song because it's fast.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I noticed. The fast song,
they
catch on with the young people. But for the older cohorts, they like the songs. They love the songs.
All right. So tell me about this one you have here, Reggae Prayer. What led you into this one? What's this one about?
Reggae Prayer is the last song I did on the album. And then looking at love from a multi-dimension, in terms of the different facets of love, I recognize that the album wouldn't be complete if I didn't do a prayer. Right? So it's not just about the love for mama, the love for dada, the love for music, the teenage love and so forth. So I had to complete the album with a prayer, giving thanks, so to speak, and that is exactly what that is about. It took me just a little over an hour to write that song, Reggae Prayer. I'd like to say to write itself, that particular song.
All right, we're going to give it a listen, people. This one is titled Reggae Prayer. It's from the album What Is Love, and it's from Dr. Trevor Smith, a.k.a. the Singing Professor. We're going to see what's written in the prayer here, people. Let's get the vibe inside Funtastic Friday here on Newstalk 93 FM.
I love you, Lord. I sing your praise. This is my prayer through reggae songs. You give me.
Wow, I like this one. I mean, I don't know. It seems you've been, recording with the greats, man. I'm getting some 90s vibe from this one. Probably, who would have been persons who influenced your music, you would say?
Well, I must tell you first of all that I have been recording with the greats. In fact, my songs have been the beats for all songs, even the cover songs. They have been done by Boy and the Tough Gun team. They have been instrumental in writing the beats.
Just about to ask you where you get these great sounding music from,
Right. They are the ones who do the beat. And they know I have been coached by Limey Murray himself. An accomplished singer. He has been the one who coached me and direct me in studio. So I've had that kind of support. In fact, in terms of the mixing and mastering of my songs, I have Fata Pottinger himself, a Grammy winner.
Of course.
Bowie, a Grammy winner. Fata. So he has been doing the mix and mastering and so. And then I have my studio engineer, Puzzle, who takes the voice and that kind of thing. Yeah. So it's like standing on the shoulders of giants. So I'm just a messenger here.
Yeah, I'm
just a messenger. So clearly.
Wonderful. Listen to me, and I like this one. It's a reggae prayer. And you're also this is not the end of your music. You'll be continuing with other projects.
In fact, I have begun my album too.
Yes.
Right. I have started my album too with a song called Too Much Work to Do. So I've done one song on my second album. Right. Too Much Work to Do.
Oh.
Right. I don't know if you got a chance to.
So you started off, I would say, your first album with What Is Love. You already have a title for the second one, or you have an idea where you want to go?
No,
I just want to start with Too Much Work to Do.
What I may do is I'm trying to perhaps connect with my younger cohort of students. Yeah. So I may do some more upbeat songs and that kind of thing. But I've started with Too Much Work to Do, doing a kind of, it's a bit of R&B, that Too Much Work to Do at a faster pace. I don't know if you had a chance to listen to that song.
We'll see how Dr. Smith takes it up a notch. Too Much Work to Do right here inside Funtastic Friday. Let's go.
She complains it's not fair. She's got too much work to do. She gets emotional, throws a tantrum. There's too much work to do. Too much work to do.
Listen, man, too much work. Listen. No, Dr. Trevor Smith, I definitely like the energy you're putting in the music, and it's like you're painting. It's like you're writing a book, I would say, in these songs. We're seeing the story come together. As I say, you put a little pepper in the step for this one, and you're trying to keep that going for the next project that you're working on. So you had a release date for the first album? When was it?
Yes, it was released on August 8th, and it can be found on all the platforms. In fact, CD Baby is my distributors, and I've been told that it's on 30-odd platforms. The YouTube,
all the
Spotify, the usual.
Wonderful. Right. And that's all, that is What Is Love?
What Is Love?
From the singing professor.
Right.
You came up easily with the name there, right?
Yes. It wrote itself, I would say.
All right. So with that said, persons were asking on the WhatsApp line, do you have like a music video? Are you going that much into it?
Well, I have not started, but yes, I'll be doing music videos for the songs.
Right. Yes. With people, they're hearing the voice, they always want to see the face, and they want to see, a story being told as well with the music. So that usually helps. So we're looking forward to that.
It's work in progress.
So we have the possibility of the second album in projects. We have some music videos coming up. What else can we see Professor Smith coming with?
Well, I am trying to find a way to link the music with my research. So my idea so far is to, and perhaps even through new stock, what I'm thinking about a talk show where it may be called Music and Research with the singing professor. I'm just giving it a title, so to speak. So my students, fellow academics can call in with research questions. I'm a methodologist, so I do those statistical things. I help people to write articles, whatever. So I'm thinking of a way to link the music with my research, with the studies, as a kind of talk show. Something that I've never seen before, something new. So I'm thinking of the concept.
Definitely we'll push that one over to management, so you can't keep yourself to it. But if you're listening, Keisha, you know the chef's right about now. I can put you in contact with the singing professor. Definitely would be a nice addition to the university station, because we're all about uplifting and educating. So that definitely will fall in that criteria right there. Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. So how can persons reach you though?
I can be found at Singing Professor 876
Singing Professor.
for my YouTube channel, and right, so that's my handle. So
Yeah.
you'll be able to find me. Just type in Singing Professor, but that's my official handle at Singing Professor 876.
All right, and I realized from the project here, I would say it's mostly, a solo venture. You consider working along with other persons, I would say, and other artists, a feature.
Well, I have done one feature on the album. Something About the Music has featured UG there. He was a guy who started me, took me to the studio for the first time. Right. And I'm thinking about it, I've been told by one of my colleagues who knows Bounty Killer that I probably could do some kind of collab of sort. A remix perhaps of one of the songs, or I could probably. So who knows?
Yeah.
But I'm open.
Yeah.
I'm open.
Right now, the limits are endless right now.
Of course.
Definitely. I want to thank you very much, Professor Trevor Smith, for stopping by to have a chat with us. I'm definitely looking forward to more from you as you explore the genre in music. I mean, you're trying to go across, you say, from the rum bar to the church, so you can play anyway. Music for everybody, and you can enjoy and love, yeah?
That's
and you
my
can
mantra.
also play while you're studying. Any final words to your listeners out there?
Right. I just want you to listen to my music, to my listeners, for the storyline, because all of my songs is about a story.
Yeah.
Right? And I think also that for those people who are desirous of doing music, it may help them to structure songs, because I did some research so as to write these songs. And so I think they could listen out for that. Those people who are thinking about writing songs and singing songs and so, right?
Yeah.
So listen out for the Singing Professor.
All right. So there you have it, folks. The Singing Professor. Go ahead and check out the music on all platforms right now. He says, distribute a CD, baby. Has it everywhere. So go ahead and check it out. If you want to download, you want to save it, you want to add it to your playlist. But it's definitely a nice vibe, and it says it's study friendly. Yeah, so you can take it with you in your ears to the library, or you're at home reading a book. Nice something to go ahead in the background. All right, you're doing some homework. Yeah, that's supposed to keep you going. All right. So I want to thank you very much. Big up to you. We're looking back for that interview. We'll be checking back with you by, I'd say, probably like December, January. So stay tuned. All right.
Yes.
The Singing Professor.
Who knows, by that time I may have the second album.
The
first one took me about 7 months.
Yeah, so that's closely there. People, don't go anywhere. Funtastic Friday continues. We're going to go to the break. When we return, it's all about giveaways, trivia, and also you got to find out what's happening for the weekend, where you want to go, what events you need to be at. Funtastic Friday continues.
Tit for tat is not the way to solve this problem.